Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Katie Tombaugh. This is a relatively new page and Friday workout offering. I'm the founder of a company called Wellness Collective. I am excited that you found this video. I anticipate you're watching it as a replay, but I am filming it live. Fun fact. So a little bit of housekeeping. If this is your first time here, due to music licensing, you need to stream some kind of music that brings you joy. I am not able to do that for us. Your footwear is totally up to you. You could be barefoot, sock-footed, or wearing tennis shoes. I kind of flex depending on the day. So I'm choosing to wear tennis shoes today, but you just want a nice sticky surface. So if you have a sticky mat, cool. If not, you're going to want tennis shoes, I think, to have some traction. Equipment needed. For today's workout, you just need a set of hand weights. It's ideal if you have multiple sets of hand weights so that you can then make a choice, but that is totally up to you. And if you're an extremely new beginner, you might rehearse movements, and that's fine too. You can go without weight. I did want to mention the schedule. So my vision is to do this workout with consistency every Friday at noon Eastern. That said, we have a couple of big things coming up. Personally, I have something very big coming up a week from today called Ohio Star Ball. It's the largest pro-am dance competition on the planet, and I'm competing in that next week. So we will be off next week, the Friday after that. It's Friday after Thanksgiving. While I love a good turkey burn or thematic workout, I think we're all going to be with family and shopping and doing all the seasonal things. So we are off the next 2 weeks and we will resume after that. So check back at the channel to see what is scheduled. As always, I want to remind folks that it is incredibly helpful if you subscribe. Subscribe to the channel helps me out tremendously. If you like anything, click the like button. And perhaps most importantly, share far and wide. LinkedIn is especially helpful to me, as are other social networks. And an introduction to your workplace, wherever you work, would be amazing, because Wellness Collective and myself, we specialize in workplace wellness and bringing things like health, fitness, safety, and well-being directly into the workday. So workplace introductions are the best. They're phenomenal. I'm looking down. My sweatshirt is for another fitness brand that I love. I'm a former master trainer for The Blast. That's my favorite dance fitness workout. So I'll give them a little plug. I anticipate I'll warm up and I won't need this, but right now I'm going to set up the training space, make sure the video looks good, and then get us going. I do need to move the microphone too. You might want a chair for this workout, so I'm moving mine. All right, let's see how everything looks. Looks fine. This is the home gym that my husband built for me. It's amazing. Well, built for us and the family, I should say. I'm going to set down the mic. Make sure everything looks great. And I think this is as good as it's going to get. So we are going to, as always, get warmed up. I'm going to ask you to take a nice wide stance. I call this sumo squat or plie squat. Just start bending and stretching those knees. Nice and wide, chest up. Unlike a squat, we don't pitch back in the hips and forward in the shoulders. We stay upright. So chest is up, thighs are wide. Nice hip stretch. This can be weighted, and we might do that down the road. But today, just using it to mobilize the hips. We'll take 4 more here. 4, 3, 2. We're going to stay here. 1. Lift and lower a heel. Go ahead and switch. Just start warming up those feet and ankles a little bit. Ideally, we'll get a little warm in the thighs, which ain't bad. Good. We'll stay here. Drop a shoulder forward, one shoulder back. Same thing on the other side. Center yourself, toes forward, heels back. Just tucking around, little cat stretch. Coming on up, roll those shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring those feet right underneath you. We're going to start a modified jack. If you want to jump, by all means jump. I'm just interested in getting your core temperature up right now and getting your shoulders firing. If you want to jump, please do. Really, really active in those arms. Really pump them. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now we'll do something similar. We're going to start taking the leg to the back. We're going to chest press forward. So forward and back, taps to the back, chest press to the front. If coordination isn't your thing, we'll make it your thing. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. For 8, squeeze, 7, push, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step to the side, start curling back. Hamstring curls, especially for my corporate athletes, we sit a good amount of the time. Hip flexors are in that fixed flex position. This is tight. You want to stretch it out. Heel to seat for 8, 7, 6, 4. Switching to knees. We reach and pull a knee. Reach, knee. So warm-up should be dynamic. Whether it's my class or someone else's, if they're stretching you to warm up, that's not a warm-up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bring the feet together. We go up and over an imaginary obstacle, and we take it back. Tuck your arms up out of the way, and or take them out for balance. Hip mobility work, and again, the whole point in warm-up is to get your core temperature up. It's to get circulation heightened, and we want to prepare the body for what's to come. Ideally, we're using, like I said, dynamic movements, and we're working to mobilize, we're working mobility is what I was trying to say, at the same time. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Last thing we'll do here is waken the hamstrings. So it's opposite hand to foot. You can go down and up with those arms, or you can go over the top, meaning reach up, kick tap, or down and up. Breathing. We'll take 8, make contact, 7, heel flat, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's 1. Good, shake it out. Grab your set of hand weights. We are going to take an Arnold press with a squat. So grab the weight that's either available to you or is best for you. I'm just adjusting my wardrobe here. And we are going to have our palms facing our shoulders in what looks like a bicep curl. We're going to sit back in our hips. As we stand, we're going to flip the grip and overhead press, Arnold press. As we squat, we return to the curl, flip and press. Strong exhale. We have 6 more. 5. Twice more. And done. Weights in and down. Ideally, heart is pumping. Might be challenging to talk, but you can still carry on a conversation. Yeah, I'm already warm, so I'm going to peel out. Next, we are going into a scapular push-up. So I will teach this modified out the gate, and then I'll pop up to show a more advanced version. So from all fours, tabletop position, core tight. We retract the shoulder blades, elbows straight, and then protract, push the floor away, and go back and forth. Retract, protract. This is tricky for folks because there's no bend in the elbow. It's fore and aft of the scapula, the shoulder blade. I've heard some people call these sternum drops, but scapular push-up sounds a little more badass if you ask me. So you can come up here onto your toes, and it would look like this. Squeeze and push. Squeeze and push. Let's do at least 4 more. 4, abs lift. 3, long neck. 2, 1, and done. Good. I promise you it's challenging to talk and do at the same time. I have lots of years of practice, but it does make me a little winded. All right, if you have a chair available, I actually want you to grab it. Some of you are absolutely strong enough to not need a chair. What we're going to do is come into a single leg stance, use the chair for support, and take a 1-arm row. Now, ideally, I'd like us all to get to the point that we're able to stand here and row, but that's probably not everyone's reality out the gate. So if you have multiple weights, you're grabbing the heavier option. You are supporting yourself with a chair. Whichever leg is down, that hand is forward. Back leg kicks up to hip height. Abs are tight. It's row and squeeze. Reach, squeeze, reach. Exhale, pull. You'll feel work on the standing leg and the lifted leg, but this is for our back and core as well. Good, let's take 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. We do the same thing on the second side. I'm going to flip my setup a little bit so you can see the working leg. Tell you what, I can't wait till I can figure out the whole music streaming bit with the royalty-free music, so you don't have to listen to every sniffle as my body warms up. Here we go. Pull and pull. You could also use a wall for this. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and set this down. Clear your space. I like to do a little game of memory with my students, and I'll say to them, what did we just do? So you can have a taste of being the fitness instructor. What did we just do? So we started with the Arnold press and squat combined. We then went into scapular push-ups from knees or toes. And then we went into a single arm row on one leg. So some of my favorite exercises all strung together. So fetch your weights, get your breath. Set up your feet for a squat stance. Curl those hands in front of your chest. Sit back into a good-looking squat. Stand and press. Making our way to 12. Four more here. 4, push. 3, push. 2, and 1. Awesome, set those down. Next, you're making a choice between all fours and plank for our straight arm scap push-up. Excellent for improving the integrity of the joint, but then also making sure there's some, again, mobility or freedom in the shoulder as well. So I think my zone of genius is how do we balance mobility and stability, and I think that's what my workouts do well. So here we are. Squeeze and press. We're gonna go to 12. Exhale, push, little pause. We lock out those elbows. Awesome for toning the biceps and triceps. We'll have 4 more. 4, push, 3, push, 2, push, 1, and done. Sit back and stretch. You can always start on your toes and get as many with quality as you can, and then place those knees down. Grab your chair or wall. I guess you don't grab a wall, you take yourself to a wall with your dumbbell. I'm gonna grab a drink. You're going to grab, if you have multiple choices, you're gonna grab the heavier dumbbell. Would be my suggestion. And we're into single arm, single leg row. Here we are, setting up. Squeeze, pull, and reach. Keeping nice scapular retraction. Tons of work in the core here, especially low back. All those stabilizing core muscles. And we'll have 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Very good. Getting ready to set up on the second side. You don't have to do-si-do quite so much. I'm doing this so you can see my working leg. And second side. Here we go. Squeeze and squeeze. We're almost to 10, but this one I programmed for 15, so we're gonna keep pulling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Bring that leg down under the hip, set it down, and clear your mat. All right, let's go ahead and take what we did in warm-up, and we'll kick it up a notch. So I'll have you fetch 1 or both hand weights. It depends how heavy you want to work. You can either hold the dumbbell on the singular end, or you can use each hand end to end. We're gonna open those feet up wide, hang the weight right in the center. We're gonna go bend and stretch. Chest up, thighs wide. Hands down, one of my favorite positions to work in. Awesome for the thighs. And again, hip mobility, which I care about. We'll take 4 more. And then we hang out at my favorite place. Down and hold it. We're gonna pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, stretch those legs, shake it off, set that down. If you have lighter weights, I might suggest that you switch to that. We're going into an upright row and chest press this way in the frontal plane. What we don't want to do is press forward and lean back, because guess what takes that? The low back completely. So lighter weights, braced core, awesome posture. And here we are. It's upright row, press, lower with control. I'll turn slightly sideways. Absolutely no leaning back. It's a strong core, a tucked tailbone, or what I call a heavy tailbone, which really helps you to be strong in the center. Good, keep going. 12. We're going to take 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. We are going to continue today with a reverse fly. We've been working on this, a bent over reverse fly with the legs in a little bit more of a kickstand position, which means soft knees, narrow stance, one leg back. I think I'm going to take my weight up today because you know what? Yes, shoulder muscles are small, but back muscles are big. So I think I can suck it up and use my heavier weights. So again, we have a narrow stance, one leg forward, kickstand back, soft knees, rounded elbows. We'll take the other leg back next time. I'm going to pull apart and pull apart. Strong exhale. Probably hear it. 6 more. 6, 5. This is for back cleavage. 4, 3, 2. That's 1. Very good. Set that down. We grab a drink. So I anticipate we are getting your heart rate up, but not in the traditional sense of jumping jacks or mountain climbers or that type of thing. But because we're doing compound movements and we're working very quickly, moving from thing to thing, and so we do get then some interval training, which is great for cardiorespiratory health. We are back into my oh so favorite weighted sumo squat. Chest up, weight hanging in the center, chest up, thighs wide. 12 reps. Good, we have 2 more here. Down and hold it. Accent down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Stretch those legs, set that down. Potentially make a change. We need 2 weights. For this particular exercise, I do recommend lighter weight. It's more about stabilizing a long lever and having good core awareness. So soft knees, heavy tailbone, abs are in. It's an upright row into a chest press forward and down with control. Up, press, lower with control. Hopefully it's obvious. I do things with high quality. I don't like watching people train and it's sloppy. One might argue I try to make it too pretty because it's the dancer in me. But to me, control equals strength, balance. I get that sometimes we just need to be quick and explosive, and there is a time and place for that. But when we're working with weight especially, we shouldn't be slinging ourselves around. And there is a big difference in the range of motion that you use, how you use the joint, and we can get superior results with toning, especially if we really max out the range of motion. All right, here we go. 2 more. And done. So what I like about that too is we get a pull and a push combined. And now we get a pull for the posterior chain. I'm switching to my heavier weights and I'm returning to that kickstand setup, but this time I'm taking the left leg back. I'll turn so you can see it. Left leg slightly back, thighs kind of squeezing and knitted together, hinge forward, and pull apart for 12. Ooh, it's way harder for me with this leg. Using my door over here as a window or a mirror. Here we go. For 4. Ooh, this side's hard for me from a balance perspective. 3, 2, 1. Good. That's a good teaching point because if you have an ankle that has past trauma, Like my right leg, I had tendonitis when I was training to dance professionally, and that ankle is forever weaker than the other one. Doesn't mean I can't do things. I just feel a significant difference between both sides. So as you train, you might notice that significant differences between the sides of the body. We're never perfectly symmetrical. We strive to even things out, but we definitely have some past things that affect us and just some, I don't know, nuances about which side is maybe more comfortable. All right. I think what we'll do next is a weighted lunge, just stationary. So this is week 8 in a series that I've done, and we've done infinite different lunge variations, but a lot of it has been body weight only, and then us playing with different balancing, front or back, pulsing at the bottom, that type of thing. So let's grab our heavier weight. We'll get into a split stance, and we'll just take a stationary lunge. So one leg forward, one leg back, chest up, go ahead and pelvic tilt, drop down and up, pressing up through those legs. Tons of work in the front leg. I joke that the back leg's for decoration. It has some weight, but it's not about the back leg. Drop straight down. Good. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now catch a balance. Try to balance on your front leg. Flip your grip and start bicep curls. Palms up, slight rotation, balanced on one leg. More core, more foot, more ankle, more calf, more concentration, all my favorite things. 4 more here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to set up on the second side, just seeing what's going on my dashboard. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Chest up, drop it down, and push. Two more here. Pressing off, catch a balance on that front leg, flip your grip, and start your curls. Seven, 8, let's go 4 more. Squeeze the upper arm. Excellent. From here, set the weights down, grab a drink. We're gonna do that one more time. So we have our stationary lunge, catch a balance, bicep curls, one side and then the other side. I think if we work this way, that'll allow us one more superset that we'll do after this, and then we'll get into some ancillary work. If you're not finding that your heart rate is up after the stationary lunge, I would suggest more load or more intensity. So we can always elevate the back leg. That'll kick things up a notch. You can add more reps. I know load can be hard at home when you don't have a ton of equipment available. So here we are, chest open, split stance, back to our first side, bend and press for 12. Focus, eyes focused on a focal point will really help with balance. Oh, I kind of lost count. I was thinking ahead. One more. Catch your balance. flip your grip, and away we go. I'm on the diagonal just so you can see what's going on better than if I were straight side. Or straight front. This is 8, 4 more here. 4, calf is burning, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Breathe. We're going to set up on the second side. I will say, yes, it's absolutely about the front foot, but if you've got a good position and a little bit of a pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, you'll get a real nice stretch in your back hip flexor. So here we go, down and up. This is 12, press forward, catch that balance, flip the grip. Ooh, we're getting lots of bicep curls, right? Because it's not just 2 sets, it's 4 sets. Ooh, feel the burn. 4 more. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Awesome. Ooh, set that down. We are going to, as promised, work in 1 more superset. I think what we'll do next, or I know what we'll do next, is a wood chopper squat. So it's going to look like a swing between the legs on a squat, a lowering behind the head, elbows narrow, kick it up, and then we'll go again. So we'll take our wood chopper squat with overhead triceps extension. That'll get our heart rate up a little bit, work on shoulder stability and triceps. Then we'll come down to the floor into a plank, and we're going to add some rotation, and then again get into that ancillary accessory work. So I'm going to grab one heavier weight. If you have a medicine ball, that'd be awesome. Most of us don't have those necessarily. You can hold 2 weights end to end if you have good control. Again, I'm going to go on this diagonal. I just think it gives you the best view. So I'm going to squat and sit back, swing, bend, press, and go again. Really driving through those legs. Let's go 12, that's 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent. We got to work quickly. I'm looking at the clock. Come on down to the ground. If you are someone who is still working on a nice solid 45 to 60 second plank, please do so. This is for folks that have enough stability with 2 arms that we can play a little bit. So up into plank, my feet are a little bit wider than my hips. I reach one arm up, open the chest, change, rotate, change. I'm gonna go to 16. This is 4. I'm counting each rep. Halfway. Last 4. Real fun to talk in this position, let me tell you. 3, 2, and 1. Someone was commenting the other day about how loud I am. And I said, that's called working out and talking without a microphone and attempting to project to large groups of people for a lot of years. So I do try to cast my voice, especially when I teach in all different situations where I just need for folks to be able to hear me. All right, so we are back into our wood chopper squat, just 2 exercises here. Pick up that weight, grab a drink. Opposite order. Here we go. Ooh, my heart rate's up. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Push. Elbows need reeled in, pointing forward. Got 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set that down. Back into our plank setup. Really go for that nice chest expansion on the rotation if you can. So max out that range so you get some stretch. I love that we're stabilizing on one arm. Here we go. Open. Good, 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. I had some other plank things I want to do, but in the spirit of time, I want to diversify things a little bit. So go ahead and join me on your back. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. Work a little lower in the core. I mean, you really can't isolate the core and say, oh, this is lower abs. I mean, it's all working, but people tend to report feeling it lower versus higher. So I have legs up, ankles and thighs squeezing together. Like if you had a sheet of paper between your thighs, I would not be able to pull it free. Arms down by the side. Start to curl hips away from the mat best you can. If you're new here, you might feel like you have to use bent knees and a little bit of a swinging action as opposed to straight legs and a true lift. So join me in reverse curl, your version. Six, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That knees to chest. Next, we'll work on something that moves toward a body line drill. So we get nice and strong, almost like a hollow back position, but we're going to start elsewhere. So legs are up. You can flex or point, up to you. I like to point. Arms reaching out. Take a big breath in. Stretch knees. Exhale, curl. We're going to open up to a challenging place. And then exhale, close. Those shoulders stay up. And the arms just reach. Inhale, open. Now, you can only go as far as you can keep your low back on the ground. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, And last one, rest. We are going to flip over and knock out some back extension work. I did this exercise in my class earlier this morning and loved it, loved how it felt. So I'm going to give you option 1 and option 2. So option 1, well, actually for option 1 or option 2, arms are wide. We're going to start with the feet a little bit apart, and then you'll have an opportunity to maybe squeeze them together. So from here, we lift everything off. This is our start position. So option 1, it's a static hold. Option 2, you sweep your arms overhead as narrow as you can, and then pull wide. Sweep overhead, touch, and wide. Now, the ankles can squeeze together, but only if you're pain-free in your low back. So I really want you to protect your back here. This overhead position is harder than it looks because we have spinal extension and some shoulder flexion. Not everybody can do it, but I would like everybody to be able to do it. Here we go. For 4, 3, advanced adult tummy time, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands down, press the floor away. Thighs wide, sit back on your heels. Go to your happy place, aka child's pose, and just breathe. We are going to start to stretch things out, targeting hip flexors and obliques. So when you're ready, join me in all fours. We'll step that right leg forward and through. Nice knee down lunge. For some people, staying here supported on the hands might be the best option. Where your hips are in space matter. When your booty is back, less stretch, booty forward, more stretch. Ideally, I'd like to see if you can take your hands away. Better yet, wide arms, flip the grip, overhead reach, lift your chest, open that whole front of the body. Arms sweep down the front. Whichever leg is back, if you're following along, it should be left leg, if you fill out my cues, I believe. Left arm up. So same arm as back leg. Turn your belly that direction. Awesome oblique stretch. Go into your leg. More spine. Kick your hips back, stretch your front knee, and release your nose to your knee. Toes pulling back to the face. Good. Bend the front knee a little bit. Come up. Step this foot back. Kick your left foot forward and find your knee down lunge. So again, light touch if you need it. No hands if you don't. And again, less booty back, more booty forward. Arms wide, flip the grip, sweep up. Extend that spine. Good. Take the floor, turn the belly to the back leg. Ooh, that's my favorite. And switch. And this hips back, leg stretch, hamstring stretch, toes up is a must-have. Release your nose towards your knee, heavy upper body to intensify that hamstring stretch. Bend the front knee, flatten the foot, press yourself out of it, and we turn to face one another. From here, we step wide. The wider the better. The wider the feet, the easier it is to touch the floor. Reach those arms around the outside of the leg. Draw yourself forward. Hands. Walk forward a bit. Travel over to one foot. I like to take the opposite elbow, bend it, and try to tap the ground. Walk to the other side, opposite hand to laces. Bend that elbow, bring yourself forward. Center, hands walk forward. Heel toe in. A little more narrow of a stance, soften the knees. Hang the head, round your back like a cat stretch. Stack your spine. Roll it back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just take a nice chest expansion. Pull those arms back. Good. Forward, flip the grip, tuck and round. Palms to press to the ceiling. Long waistline. Open those elbows. And roll the shoulders back. All right. That is a wrap. 45 minutes in and out the door. Let me come up here. I don't have my chair. I guess I'll just kneel down. So if you've made it this far with me, awesome. Thank you for being here. Ooh, a nice little sweat stash. Anyways, thank you for being here. Again, this is a newer platform for me, newer channel. So any kind of support, super appreciated. So I'd love your feedback. You can use the chat function. You can contact me directly. It's Katie, Katy, at wellnesscollective.com. And happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.